Hello everyone and welcome to Draw Your Swords, an actual play D&D podcast played with comic artists and writers. I am Sandy, the Dungeon Master, and joining me this week.
Hi, I'm Harry and I play Emlyn the Halfling Rogue.
Hi, I'm Holly and I play Veda the Fire Genasi Bard.
Hi, I'm Lily and I play Fig.
It's getting worse, I feel like.
I don't know what's funny. I play Fig the Purple Druid and I've been using the wrong mic for last 5 episodes.
Yeah, it's been pretty ridiculous.
Hilarious.
It's been unbelievable.
I thought that was just going to be the joke for a while. I've been using the wrong mic.
It was, but I mean,
Uh-huh.
my life is a joke. It's a joke.
Yes, we have been using the wrong mic. And even if we used the right mic, it was the wrong way around.
It was the wrong way around.
Never mind.
There's like, I've been plugging it in this whole time and like setting up, and I've got like a really stupid setup of a chair by the bed and stuff, and it's just like, I just didn't make sure it was the correct mic going in, so...
This is making it sound super professional.
Yes,
That's how we
it's,
are.
you know,
Very
a
good.
chair. I'm in a bed and there's a
Behind the
chair.
scenes, exclusive content.
The most professionals.
So, last time we left the prison, right? Or did we go back in? I'm trying to remember.
Oh my
Sorry.
gosh. So the beginning of last episode, we had just beat this chain devil.
Yeah, you beat the
And-
chain devil and you were deciding whether to leave or go back in. But because it was
We
very
left and
late,
went
you
back.
left. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just trying to remember that. Because I feel like you were in there like 3 or 4 times. Yes, after beating the chain devil, it being like 4 in the morning, you guys decided to head back to the Glimmerick, saying that you've infiltrated this place to Gildor and having a nice sleep. Waking up a bit later, you went back the way you came through this small tunnel. Again, leaving outside the city gates, infiltrating back into where they're keeping all these people. You pretty swiftly knocked out all these guards, put them away, unlocked all the cells, and was able to get about 40 prisoners out of this whole place. Leaving that whole section, you decided that they didn't want to go back into the city, so you were going to find a place for them closer to Zundaria. There would be a small town apparently that would be able to hold them in a brothel somewhere. Using the help of Zara, Air Genasi, to get together a bunch of clothes. You got a new horse, Plumpkin, and a cart. So you got a bunch of shoes, blankets, some food rations, and the help of the Knights of Promise, you were given some more food and more blanket to ensure everyone was warm. And then we set off on our way towards Zundaria on that way, hoping to find a town that would take them in. So it wasn't a super crazy episode, but I feel like with the wrong turn, you could have had some very interesting encounters if you decided to go up through the Baron's house, for example, or go through the barracks. And probably around this time, they're going to be noticing that there's a bunch of people missing and a bunch of guards tied away in a cage somewhere.
Hopefully they live.
Yeah, hopefully they live.
Nothing to do with us.
They're definitely going to live, it's fine, and we'll be like so far away.
So,
Yeah, Plumpkin.
So Emlyn, I believe, is driving the cart with some people who are struggling to walk. The Dragazi has messed with their mind and they can't seem to focus as well. So you're 40 or so strong that you're leading to the next town over. It's very slow moving. People are struggling to stay focused on moving, and the more people on the cart, it's harder for the horse to pull. You spend most of the time stopping, starting, trying to help people out in their own various states of descent from this drug. And you see various passing farmsteads in the distance.
Just like absolute nightmare road trip with a bunch of people in withdrawal.
Pretty much.
Does this happen over like a couple of days?
No, this is a couple of hours. You left this place
Oh boy.
in the afternoon.
Mhm.
The snow is slightly coming down, not too heavy, but it takes way longer. And without the cart, this would have been a nightmare. It is very slow moving. Fig, you're probably helping more people from your sides. Like, you have to keep picking up people, moving with them. They say they're okay, and you have to find someone else to pick up and carry. You know, there's a lot of things like that.
I feel like we don't want to make people we don't want to like push people that are super uncomfortable or exhausted, but also we want to get away from the town.
Yeah.
So trying to find a medium.
Yeah, I think everyone wants to move away from town, so it's that kind of feeling of I need to push on, but my body's not working correctly and my mind's not there to physically push on. Into the late evening, you come to see a town in the distance. One of the people that you know is kind of okay mind, half-elf named Nobleman, who was sitting with Zara, the slender, pointy-eared that dipped to the ends with long, red, tied-up hair and a messy bun, who's a bit of a nervous speaker, and the dwarf that Emlyn talked to. Nobleman says, yes, that is Rotten. That is probably the place that we are supposed to go. And as you see, it's a good-sized town. It seems to be the main farming town around Windstadt. The wooden walls surround the main block of houses and shops in the town. As you begin to head into the gate, you notice that there's the guards looking down at you. A high elf with shining ochre skin looks down upon your party from the watchtower with some non-existing status that he feels that he has over you. A couple of his lackeys appear from the other side of the gate. He says, "What is going on here? Who are all these people?" He says to you, looking disgusted.
Fig looks towards Veda.
Yes, so does Emma.
We are only traveling. Why do you ask?
Traveling? Why are you coming this way? Why are you not heading to Windstadt?
Why do you care where we are going? What business is that of yours?
I am the gatekeeper. It is my job to know the comings and goings of people. Thank you very much.
Well, we are coming in. We mean no harm.
Make a persuasion check.
Beta's done with bureaucrats.
Ooh, that's a 26.
26.
That's a good one.
This is why we don't help, you know?
Yeah. We'd only bring you down.
Looks towards his guards. He says, "Fine, I'll let you in. Just don't start causing any trouble. Your answer to me."
I'm sure we wouldn't dream of it.
Exactly. As he holds his nose up quite high to the sky, looks away and flicks his wrist to allow you inside. As you begin heading in, you make your way into the main square of this town. All mostly wooden houses, some stone. The square offers a general store, a smithy, a tavern, and a brothel. And the brothel was the goal here.
I take it we're heading towards that. Because Gilder had sent a message, hadn't she?
Yes. Pulling your cart to the side, helping people off, helping them inside, you see this wide 2-story building with a thatched roof, with a wooden sign saying, "Cookies." And you see the chimney going with the promise of being warm. You end inside. The surroundings are homely, cozy. The bar in here is not very busy, but you do see a couple of the entertainers having a drink with their madame of the establishment. Your eyes lock as you enter. The fur-bald madame standing 7 foot, crazy curly ginger hair, wearing a cute, billowy, colourful skirt with a white flowery top. And she says, "I've been expecting you," and gives a big smile. "Call me Cookie." As you walk through, you get the unforgettable scent of home-cooked stew and dumplings. A lot of the other entertainers help people inside, get them seating down. People who seem really weak are helped upstairs to various beds. Cookie walks over to you, puts out her big fur-bulk hand, says, "Hi, how are you doing?"
Hey, it's a pleasure to meet you. And I shake her hand.
"It's nice to meet you too."
I like your top.
"Oh, thank you. I like your staff. It's very interesting."
Thank you. And I'm gonna pick it up, and I don't know if it has to have in contact with someone to cast Druidcraft, but I just give it a swish and make a flower bracelet go around her arm.
"Oh, that is very nice. Thank you very much." And she's just like looking at it. "So that I've heard that you guys were coming. Please come. Let's have a seat. I've been cooking some food for you today."
It smells great.
And she beckons you over to a table with a couple of benches right next to the food pot in the fire. And she starts dishing out food. And you notice that she does have larger sized bowls. Puts in about 3 extra dumplings for you, Fig, and puts it in front of you and gives everyone some food. A couple of their helpers start feeding everyone, making sure everyone is fed and can actually eat. And the other prisoners that are more of mind start helping people make sure they have food and are wrapped up warm. As Cookie sits down next to you.
We appreciate your hospitality.
"Oh, not a problem. There's people in need. It's going to be tough for them here."
Are you sure you can spare the food and the beds for so many people?
Her face kind of drops a little bit. She says, "Not for the whole winter, unfortunately. And
Can we do anything to help?
I mean, most of the thing is money. Around this time, most of my workers have gone away to Zundaria or Windstadt to do work. It's too small here and the weather gets really bad."
I'm sure we could find some money for you. Or perhaps take some of the people further to Zundaria if they'd be willing.
I think they're going to need a bit more rest anyway. And she looks down. I do know one thing, but let's not worry about ourselves right now. We can talk about that perhaps tomorrow. Probably been through a lot. We wouldn't want to force anything upon you right now.
What color is her fur?
Like a gingery brown.
So is she like a Highland cow one?
Yeah, and you've seen these. And she's got that kind of Romany style clothing. As everyone has some food, begins to calm down a bit from the main hustle and bustle. And she says, how did all this come about?
We were passing through Windstadt and the Madame of the Glimerick told us what was happening in that town. The Baron had been imprisoning people and making them addicted to drugs and producing them, so we thought we would help out and got them out of there.
That is pretty impressive, I have to say. Especially with so many. That's also going to be another problem. They're going to be having withdrawals, and I can imagine that's not going to be very pretty.
No, I wouldn't have thought so. Sure, we can do something to help though. Better than leaving them there.
Yes.
Tomorrow I can make them some good berries. That might help. Lots of vitamin C.
Vitamins.
Vitamins are good for stuff like that, I think.
Emlyn just leans in and is like, he's magic.
I think they might need something stronger than a good berry fig.
For sure, it also keep them fed for the day, so it wouldn't cost as much money to feed them all. Well, 10 of them. Or wait, I can cast it a few times.
Well, that could be helpful, but I don't think you're going to be staying here for the next couple of months to feed them every day, though.
I mean, could we do that? No, we've got other things to do, right?
I don't think we can stay here for that long, Fig.
4 months isn't that long, though.
Not to you.
This is just like made me suspicious that like, a few months isn't that long. Is Fig 1,000? How old is Fig?
Yeah.
Well, he can live up to 500, but as a druid, he can live up to 1,500. Is that right?
Times 10, or times 7, right? So it's 5,000.
5,000 years old.
That's too much.
That's absolutely wild. I just basically feel like Emlyn would believe absolutely anything about Fig. If Fig was like, a few months is not that long, because I'm 1,000. And he'd just be like, oh, damn, alright then.
Saying that, Emlyn, you notice that Fig is not like normal furbolgs either. You've never seen a furbog like Fig, and furbolgs interacting with Fig looks completely different. Most of them are either blue, brown, or ginger, but none look like this deery furbog.
Yeah, because we met a bunch of the like
Yeah.
Highland cow furbolgs like way back
Yeah.
in that library tower. Yeah, and we still haven't seen anyone.
Yeah.
Like
So even like reflecting on that, you're just like, oh, he could be 1,000. Who knows?
he could literally tell Emlyn anything.
Yeah.
I feel like Emlyn will, in equal parts, like not believe it, but also completely think it's plausible.
Yeah.
Like at the same time.
And she says, well, the night is yours. I'm afraid every other shop and everything is not that busy, and the towns are not really that busy, so if there's anything that you really need, I can help in any way. Like I said, most people have closed up shop for the winter. And you do see like a worry on her face as well.
You're doing enough for us, thank you. Fig's kind of like curious about other furbolg. And he just kind of been like looking at her.
Can I help you?
Oh, sorry, was I staring?
A little bit, but I'm used to it.
I just wanted to know, like, where are you from?
Originally from the Valley of Lulia, but we moved closer to Zundaria.
Oh, are you from Lilion?
No, a smaller town around there though, yes.
Do you know the clerics at that tower place? What was it called, Sandy?
The True Shapers.
Yeah.
She says, yeah, I knew of them. I was a part of them once, but didn't really fit my style, to be honest.
In what way?
They're a bit, too into gods and stuff. I'm just really not into that. A lot of reading as well. Just, I prefer to go out and see stuff, rather than being stuck up at a tower doing gardening all the time.
Gardening's quite nice though, but I know what you mean.
Yes, I'd rather just entertain people in different ways. And
Do you like play music and stuff?
I used to. Not as much anymore. I more run the business.
Because my friend Veda here can play music really well.
I've heard. Veda's well known in our ranks.
Play you tonight if you like.
I think everyone would enjoy that, yes. It's been a while since I had someone play really well.
Ada, are
I'll
you
do my
famous?
best. I don't think so.
We've heard of
Not
good
yet.
performances from the Golden Grain. We've heard a lot of people traveling through about that. You know, word spreads of good performances. And you're one of a kind, I'd say, in looks, for sure. Not many fire genasi around these parts.
No, I haven't seen any since I got here.
Yes, I think you don't enjoy colder climates as much. How did you get into all this situation anyway?
That's kind of a long story. We've just sort of fallen into it. We're just traveling around and trying to help people as best we can, I suppose.
It's a good way to be. Not enough people doing that, I say.
There seems to be a lot of people with questionable morals in Zandaria so far, but also lots of, good people like yourself.
Every town has someone good in it, but for every good, there's 10 bad, unfortunately, in these bloody places. Can't trust anyone, really.
I'm learning that the hard way.
Oh, where are you from?
I don't know where I'm from.
What's that supposed to mean?
I was taken away from where I was born, so I don't know where I'm from.
Where have you been staying?
I kind of look at Emlyn and Veda, being like, did I say? Because people don't tend to believe me and think I'm weird.
Vader just kind of shrugs a little bit.
Yeah, I think Emlyn does as well.
Fig kind of like clenches his teeth and looks at her and just like, I'm the Feywilds?
She tilts her head.
He tilts it back.
She shrugs. Alright.
Okay, cool, that would know.
I didn't ever heard of that before, really. You know, Feywild's more of a child's story and everything, but how did you end up here?
What, in the real world?
I guess, yes.
I went for a portal, I guess, and ended up just outside of Lilion. That's where I went to.
Emlyn leans forward conspiratorially and is like, I didn't believe him either, but he's very strange. So the more time goes by, the more believable I think it is.
She nods her head. Well, whatever it is, you've saved a bunch of people and all. Like I say, that is good. No matter where you come from, it's good in my books.
This food's really good.
Oh, thank you very much.
Did you make it yourself?
I did indeed.
You're a great cook.
She smiles, and if she could blush, she would.
Oh.
You can't really tell.
Too fuzzy.
She's a fuzzy biscuit.
Is that what Fig says in her head?
Yeah.
So, is there anything you guys wish to do?
Are we... Do we have rooms here tonight?
Yeah, you.
Are we sharing rooms again, or do we get a room?
It's up to you.
Emlyn?
I feel like Emlyn doesn't really mind. I think also like we probably didn't eat very much when we were down in the dungeons and doing all this stuff, so they're mostly just eating, just sort of generally while we're here.
Yeah. Veda?
She'll just get set up and play once there's like an appropriate time to do it.
Okay. What is it that you play?
Do they have any instruments there?
They have a piano.
Okay, she'll play the piano for a bit.
So after having some food, probably a bit too many dumplings, having a chat, a couple of wines and ales, Veda, you hop up onto the stage where there's a piano set up. You want to make a performance check?
17?
As you start playing, more people gather around and sit and listen to you play. What kind of music are you playing?
I feel like something kind of upbeat.
Okay.
Just try and make the place a bit more cheery since loads of people are feeling terrible.
Okay. Yeah. I think a lot of the entertainers then begin dancing and accompanying you with your song. Cookie looks towards Fig and says, do you ever dance, Fig?
Yeah, I like dancing a lot.
It's very rare that I can actually dance with someone. So you want to come dance with me?
Yes, of course I'll come dance with you.
Okay.
Badly. Be prepared, Cookie. You're getting elbowed in the face.
Yeah. Roll performance. See how you dance.
8.
Okay. So what's it look?
I was like, maybe it'd be like inspiring for him to dance with a partner, but it's god damn it.
Okay.
No.
Let's see if it's a furbug thing though. It might not just be a. Oh no, she's actually really good.
No, it's just a me thing.
Fig rolled an 8 and Cookie rolled an 18. So what was it look like when you're dancing?
I think it's very ungraceful, and he kind of just throws his weight around in a way, but in like it's quite cute and like charming in the way that he's dancing, but it's just like it's bad old man dancing.
Okay.
Big dad dances.
Yes.
Points a lot.
A lot of pointing, a lot of kind of stomping, jumping about. Bad.
Okay. So yeah, you're just throwing yourself around. I think she
leaves.
No, she laughs and like is enjoying it because it's weird, and I think she's probably used to being with people who are not, that gracious and being able to make sure they're comfortable and stuff. So she plays along. She does similar moves to you because she thinks you're joking, but you're not. You're just actually terrible at dancing.
That's so on brand for Fig.
That's very cute, yeah.
It's very cute.
As your night goes on, you have a few drinks. Do you all go up to your respective bedrooms, or do you all like share in a cuddle pile?
It's a cuddle puddle.
Cuddle puddle, sorry.
I think if there were separate bedrooms available, we get separate bedrooms. I think maybe Ellen was just like nursing a pint, but they maybe want to try and like, I guess maybe like try and comfort any of these people who are having a really terrible time in withdrawal. I don't know if it necessarily like helps very much, but I think they find it difficult not to want to go and talk to those people.
Yeah.
To like try and say something comforting.
Yeah, a lot of the people are still out of it, and you can see that they're closed right up next to fire with blankets on them, and a couple of them are like shivering still. And as you kind of approach them, it's just sometimes it's like they don't even acknowledge that you're there. Others just like kind of look at you blankly.
Yeah, I think like if they get a sense that any of them want company or just like want someone nearby, then they want to try and help. But
you spend your evening doing that. Nalara is happy enough dancing around. Various people who are around speaking to some of the entertainers here. She seems to be inquiring about Aoife, if she's passed through here at all. No one seems to have heard.
Can I ask Cookie? See, tomorrow when you're getting ready for making breakfast, can I help you?
Yes, of course. We'll probably start breakfast around 7 in the morning if you want to get up for that.
Okay, that sounds good. I've been wanting to do something and I haven't had time to do it, so tomorrow could be fun.
Yeah. Do you want me to come wake you up, or were you going to ensure you'll get up in time?
I'll get up in time.
Be some helpful having someone around the kitchen.
Always happy to help. And I've got lots of nuts.
Oh, sure. A bit of a weird look on her face. The evening draws late. You find your respective bedrooms and sleep takes you. So, 7 a.m. Can Fig get up?
Yes. He's up. He hasn't been drinking. He's excited. He's getting up.
Okay. Assume everyone else had some drinks and various bits, and will probably get up a bit later in the evening, in the morning. Yikes, not me. Fig, you come downstairs.
heavy night.
Yeah, he comes running on down. Where's Cookie at? Is she in the kitchen?
Yeah, she's already in the kitchen getting stuff prepped for a big meal of everyone coming around, and probably delivering some food into beds.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, nice that you actually showed up. I was unsure if you would.
How are you doing today?
Fine.
So, what I was planning on doing was sort of like a big, in a way, picnic / breakfast. Just, like lots of food that I found around, because that's what we used to do in the Feywilds, is if we had a lot of food, we would sit around a big table and we'd all have food together. And it's like the only time I'd get to see anybody. So I wanted to see if it would maybe be a way to like make friends or something. So I thought also, it'd just be nice. So yeah.
Like a buffet thing that you would want to do.
Yeah, but like, can I like push the tables around in the bar to make it one big table? And then we can all sit at it together?
Yeah, if you want to.
Okay, I'll go do that and then I'll come help you cook.
What else do you want me to cook? I've just mostly prepared some, meats and sausages, bacon, eggs, that kind of thing. You just want it in like a big, leave it in the pot kind of thing?
We can put it in like little bowls and put it down the table to make sure everyone can get to it. And then I've got some nuts and I can make some good berries and we can put those on the table too.
Okay, sure. That's fine with
Great.
me.
Okay, I'm gonna go push all the tables together to make one big table.
Okay. You see that she's got on top of the fire, like a big grill with multiple pans on top of it that have various sausages. One's just like a bunch of eggs. One is, bacon, and there's a big pot of some sort of porridge that's probably been going all morning, and she's getting everything prepared.
Okay, nice. Can I take these bowls? These ones here? They just point to some like wooden bowls.
Hi, use. That's fine.
Great, thank you. I'm gonna take them out and like place them down the tables and fill them with nuts, and then sprinkle some good berries and like I can only make 10, but make like a trail mix.
Okay, yeah.
Do you have any fruit or anything?
Not really. It goes off pretty quickly. I think I have some apples or something somewhere.
Do you mind if I cut them up?
If you want, yes. And she points you into like a pantry in the back, which is where all the food and stuff has been stored.
I'll get some and cut them up into like little bits and put them into bowls as well. Put them on the table.
So you have this huge banquet of things. All the food gets ready. A couple of the entertainers and workers come down some of the ill people come hobbling down. Some say, "Is it alright if I bring some food up for my friend?"
Yes, of course. And I'll help fill a bowl for them ready.
Just like bits and pieces of everything. Himir comes down and he says, "Oh, this looks quite lovely. I think I'm unfortunately going to spend some time with the people more in need. They've had a pretty rough night. It looks to be just something soft for them." And he kind of takes up some apples and probably a couple of sausages.
Edge the good berries to them.
Yeah. He says, "I will ensure that they're well looked after." And he takes a couple of the well people and goes up into the rooms.
Okay, so we're losing out on some people, but I know ones that are reliable. And I'll bring out my speaky walkie thing and go, "Lara."
She rolls over on the bedside table where the sending stone is. "Hello?
It's Fig.
Yes?"
Come down and get some food, some breakfast and stuff.
Laura. We should have taken the stone away.
She like wakes up, stretches out. "Veda, apparently there's food ready for us downstairs."
Get him then.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly. I'll go down and see him. She gets dressed, goes over to Emlyn's door and knocks on it. "Emlyn, Fig's made food for us."
Can hear like scrambling around. I think their hair is just like even bigger than usual, like kind of all over the place. They don't want to get up.
Yeah, it's probably like 7:45.
Oh, do you know what? They don't get up. I feel like Mara will have to like prompt more.
If you don't get
We
up,
were up till like 4 in the morning the other night. Like,
yeah, we're up.
doing this huge dungeon.
Mhm.
Yeah, then I feel like Emma wanted drinks last night and does not want to get up now.
Hearing that you're not getting up, Malara just pushes the sending stone under the door, and you just hear her walking away.
No?
No, it's me.
Oh, hey, Emlyn, come downstairs. Where's Malara
It's
gone?
very early.
But we've made all this food for you, and like everyone else. Come downstairs, be a friend.
As there's probably like 20 or so, maybe 30 people now around the table, as Malara comes down as well, as she sees Fig speaking into the walkie-speakie.
Oh, hey, Malara, good morning.
"Hello."
Here, grab a seat.
She just
We've got like nuts and fruit and meat and eggs and porridge. All for me.
she looks at you funny, like, "How else would it be made?" She just takes about 4 eggs and puts them on her plate.
Protein.
Protein.
Also,
I think Emma does them down. I feel like they 100% don't want to, but just like on autopilot.
Mhm.
If Fig has bothered them enough.
Every now and again you just hear, hello?
Yeah, I think, maybe they're used to having,
yeah.
someone wake them up very early. So they're there, but they're like just having a terrible time. They look real shit. They haven't done their hair properly.
They're on.
Fig, like, when Evelyn comes down, Fig's got, like, feels like a chair out for them, and is like, come sit down.
Emlyn sits down.
Duck.
And you just see like a
Yeah.
plethora of different foods and stuff as well. So
Beta rolls over about like 15 minutes or so after Malara got up and just kind of like forces herself out of bed and like stands up and just casts disguise self on herself so she looks presentable. Heads out the door.
She's actually in her PJs.
Yeah.
nice.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Some people have magic. Good for you.
And coming down the stairs, just billowing and beautiful, all made up, weirdly intact. Just nice dress, hair done perfectly, makeup all done. It's Veda descending the stairs.
Morning, Veda.
Emlyn just like shrinks down further. They don't want to be noticed by Vader or sit next to Vader.
Fig pulls out a seat next to Emlyn.
Oh, fuck.
Beta just goes sit down. Like, did you have to get us up quite so early?
But that's when breakfast was being made. I didn't make the schedule. But now you're all here. I'm gonna sit. He sits down.
Yeah. And you
Let's
see
have
like
breakfast again.
a lot of people now gathering out, talking and about the day. Cookie pulls up a seat next to you guys and she says, "I know it's a bit early and you've probably had a bit of a terrible time, so Fig insisted.
Yeah, it's been very difficult actually, repeatedly, for quite a long time.
Yes.
But we all have each other, and that's the main thing. He is
Aye, so we've
painfully,
heroically pulled through.
he's a like painfully in a good mood this morning. It's like smiling away.
He's just like one of those people that's irritatingly good in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Malara normally is, except that you were in this dungeon till 4 a.m. Then you had to go back into this dungeon and do all this stuff, and it's just like exhausted. Fig just has a weird constitution, I think.
It's
It
because
does
it was
kinda-
there was never day or night in the Feywilds, so like every hour of every day he's in a good mood.
Yeah, it's true. You don't have time regulation.
Mm-hmm.
Beta just gonna kind of poke at some food and sort of slump against Malara a little bit.
Yeah, she just holds you up. And she looks to you and goes, "How do you do that? You always look so beautiful in the morning."
Magic.
It must be. Just can't believe it, to be honest. As her hair is probably pretty wild as well. As you have breakfast, there's lots of chatter. Do you guys end up going back to bed, or do you guys stay up?
I think given half a chance, Beta will go back to bed for a bit.
Yeah. So after kind of light conversation, I don't think anyone's too eager to engage in much.
Fig's asking like weirdly mundane questions. Just like, so how's everyone's weekend? And did you all have a nice time in the prison? Just like hairdresser chat almost.
Like he's trying to be chill, but like the wrong questions to these
Yeah.
group of
Well, it's like
people.
he just doesn't know how to talk to people in these situations. Because like if it was in the Feywilds, he doesn't really know people and he wouldn't see them for a long time period. So it's just like so general questions that aren't that deep, but they're nice enough.
I think Ku says, since Fig is the one engaging in a lot of conversation, she'll answer back in a lot of this, trying to contain you a little bit. From being like, how's prison, to the prisoners.
No, I wouldn't say that to the prisoners.
And she'd be like, so, what is your plans next, Fig?
Oh, I'm not really the planner. That's Veda's job. I usually just kind of follow. I don't know where we're going. I think we're going to Zandaria.
Yeah, we are heading to Zendaya. That's the plan anyway.
Have you ever been to Zandaria?
Yes, don't like it very much, to be honest.
Why not?
Like we were saying yesterday, it's, for every good person, there's 10 bad ones. In that place, it feels like 100 bad ones.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, not good. Too much population.
I heard it's... Yeah, I heard it was really big. Like, bigger than Lilion, even. Lilion's huge.
Oh yeah, much bigger than Leon. Probably like 4 or 5 Lilions, to be honest.
Whoa. I've never been to a place like that before.
I would avoid it if you could, but it sounds like you're set on going that way.
Malara needs to go there. And we're taking Malara because we want her to get there safe.
That's good to go in a group, to be honest. But before you go, I do have a proposition, but I will let you rest up a little bit more, and when you're ready to speak, come see me and I'll tell you what I know.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you. Was she addressing all of us?
Mostly talking to you, seeing the state of Emlyn and the fact that Veta's like probably like, falling asleep on Malara.
Emlyn's fine. Isn't that much worse than they normally are?
She says, well, if you need baths or anything, we can provide that. We do have a washroom downstairs.
That sounds good. Maybe have
Hot
a
water?
little bit more sleep and then get a bath.
Yes, we can get some hot water for you.
I feel like Pig's like, oh, I'll go first. That's probably bad for everyone else.
We have more than one bath, so it is okay if you go. I understand the plight. Food is had. A couple more hours of sleep goes past.
Yeah, I feel like
I think-
Emlyn is up. You know, they're used to getting up early. I feel like they get washed and maybe they want to go around and check that everyone has been brought up food who can't make it down, or at least has food if they're going to be able to eat it.
You chap on a couple of rooms actually, and one of the rooms you see Hymir in there with a couple of other people, and he seems to be casting some sort of magic on one of the people. He says,
maybe Emlyn is just like, what are you doing?
stealing souls!
Yeah. That's it. That's my new direction for Emlyn, is they think that all magic is terrible witchcraft and it's evil.
So, being a bit worried, you kind of rush in. He says, don't worry, before my time I was a cleric of Lathander, and I'm just trying to help.
So what are you doing?
A spell called Lesser Restoration.
Sorry. It's very, very good of you to be helping people out. It's just come in and you're all glowing hands and everything.
I understand to be a bit worried. I just want to help people now.
Cool. Well, maybe Imran asks him, and you know what I mean, about people that might need more help. Or...
Yeah, then they direct you.
Obviously, Emlyn can't really do the same amount of help, but they can get people like
Yeah.
fresh water or.
Yeah.
You know.
You must have spent your time getting some pails of water. Some people are actually like throwing up. You get some buckets to help with that. It's a bit of a hands-on.
Yeah, maybe they're just like emptying buckets and doing like menial stuff that they can.
Yeah.
Once Fig's had his bath as well,
Mm-hmm.
he'll go up and help and try find anyone who's hitting really, really bad and help with the lesser restorationing.
Okay. How many times do you do it?
I can only do it 3 times, but I don't want to waste all my spells. Unless we're staying here like another night, then I can.
I mean, the cleric's doing most of it.
I know, but just like people he can't get to yet who are having a really tough time with it.
It's up to you. There's 10 people having a rough time. He's seen to 3 of them.
Well, it depends if we're staying here for another night or if we're going today. Fig will ask Vada's still asleep. Emlyn?
Well, it sort of depends, right? If breakfast was at like 7 in the morning, Rada could be like asleep and get up and dressed and ready, and we could still be ready to go like before midday. Do we know how far away it is to get to Sindaria?
3-4 more days till Zundaria.
I feel like unless it's urgent, I'm kind of up for staying around for one more day. I sort of feel like if we're helping, we already tried to get all these people out, so maybe spending one more day, if it's going to be the roughest at the beginning.
Yeah, because they all said that they wanted to rest a lot longer as well.
Yeah.
And we can maybe pay for another night.
Seeing you helping out, and same with Emlyn, Cookie takes you aside, Fig. She says, so like I was saying yesterday about probably you don't want to take these people to Zundaria. I'm happy that they stay here, but I won't have enough money for food or anything like that. Even after that, they won't have any money to keep them going. I do know where a large sum of money is, but it's not the easiest thing to get.
Is Emlyn anywhere nearby?
You could be probably passing through like the hallway.
Emlyn at the end of the hall with like a really gross bucket is suddenly like,
Yeah.
I've
what was
got
that?
a lot of money, and I pull up my 26 gold. Fig doesn't know that's a lot he thinks it is.
I mean,
Would this do?
it's a start, but you also need money. It's going to get a lot harder in the next coming months, so you need to be sure that you have food as well.
Sorry, did you say something about where there's a lot of money?
A bit northward into the woods, or rumor has it, there was a baron of some sort. They held on to tons of gold while his subjects starved for food during a really bad winter. And out of the blizzards came this hag, which ensured the weather was so bad that he couldn't even leave after a couple of weeks. After this, and his food supply started running low, he tried to make a break for it, and she swooped down and froze him solid, shattered him into little pieces. You'll probably notice around these areas that the winter is really, really bad. She likes watching people struggle. That's why a lot of people move away from here to go to Windstadt and Zundaria, because it's easier. She's still there, and apparently his gold is still there.
When you say hag,
Yes.
what's that entail exactly?
I don't really know. Probably some sort of
Just sort
wizard.
of a friendly lady that we can magic.
I assume some sort of magic.
Not just some old lady.
I don't know. I haven't bothered to have a look, but that's what the rumor says anyway.
I mean, I'm not above fighting an old lady for money if it's going to help people out.
I mean,
I feel like Emlyn feels really guilty that they just gave away. I mean, they sent away a bunch of money to the people they owe.
but I mean, it's kind of what you have to do.
Yeah, but it also means that they're like ahead now, I think, because they sent like a bunch last time, so they are very up for doing whatever. Even if it was like really, even if she'd been like, oh, it's a dragon up there, Emlyn would be like, go on.
I mean, it might be. You don't know.
I don't even know why I suggest things. Oh, imagine if this was even more dangerous. I feel like you're there just like taking notes.
Yeah, just write down. Just hear pencil going like, dragon, eh?
No.
This really easy encounter just got way harder.
Yeah, I think we like take notes when we like want to ask questions about like where exactly to head. And does Fig seem keen for this idea?
Well, he's just like, I have money. Have my money. I don't know what the problem is. How much money is it that you need, do you think?
Well, it's to really get these people sorted again. If they can't go back to Windstadt, they're going to need homes and food for, the rest of their living. I don't know if they have any trade or anything like that, so we need to ensure that they have the best start in life.
This is very true. And what I have won't help. Or
It would, but
won't
not
be
a
enough.
lot. We need to keep them going for a long time.
See, there's lots of people here and they all need money and not all of them can go traveling around like you.
What, me?
I mean, we've done lots of things where we found money, but some of these people aren't well. They'll probably need enough.
No, I know. I just don't know how much they need
Well,
or how much a
more.
house is.
I would imagine a lot more.
Okay, so we could go see if this hag thing is a thing and get some money. And also, if this hag is causing problems with winters and stuff, that'd probably be pretty good to stop.
Yeah, Emily definitely thinks it's a good idea. Maybe after a while, we kind of go in and ask Vader about it. Maybe when Vader is like more composed.
If Malara went back to bed with Ada after breakfast, she was gonna go back up to the room and, like, when they get into the room, just drop disguise herself. And she's like just wearing her pajamas, her hair's a mess, she's not got any makeup on or anything, just be like, see, I told you it was magic, and then just like laugh and fall down on the bed and go back to sleep.
Yeah, I think Malara's just like, what? Whatever. And probably just goes back into bed with you. Yeah, I'd say like an hour or so passes, you have a bit extra sleep.
A little bit of a disco nap.
You have your baths, which is nice warm water that they're able to make. And even if it's a bit colder, you can always heat up with produce flame, which is always a handy thing. You all get cleaned, ready to go. Say that we're sitting in Veda's room discussing what to do next. Cookie's also there, and she explains the situation to Veda as well.
Yeah, I agree. That sounds like a good idea.
Do you know how far up north it is, Cookie?
A couple of miles at least. The person was a baron of that land, and he used to come into this area a little bit, but he's been gone for a while now, so.
Well, we can go look into it for sure.
I think we should.
Should we go, like, now?
We don't have any other plans for today.
I think we might as well, and if it turns out it's too much for us and we have to come back, then we can just come and help out here a little bit longer.
We could try to figure out another way to get money.
I think there might be ways.
Fig, do you feed your horse in the morning as well?
Yes.
So you deal with it.
Oh, I show Plumpkin to Cookie.
Okay, yes. I'm sure she has some sort of livestock as well that she needs to look after, probably chickens and stuff, as you show her Cookie as well.
Pumpkin.
Sorry, Pumpkin. Show Cookie Pumpkin. Okay, so do you guys, when you travel to this place, are you taking like all your stuff, like your backpack and everything, or are you leaving it?
Just bring the stuff we need, I guess.
We have
Don't
the
need to bring
bag
bed
of holding, right? With quite a lot of things in it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I have 2 mystery potions. Can I, before we leave?
Yeah.
I guess maybe that's what we're doing, right? Is like Emlyn like tips out a couple of bits and bobs, like extra. They have so much shit, like extra furs and leathers, and like just like random stuff that they picked up, like some of the climbing stuff. Maybe they're trying to keep just the useful stuff for now, but they end up kind of keeping everything in the bag of holding. But they come across these potions, and maybe they want to ask Vader. Vader's quite magic, or like ask around if anyone knows more about magic. Maybe the cleric.
Okay.
About these couple of potions. I don't know what they are.
If you ask Veda make an Arcana check.
9? She's not an alchemist.
Yeah, exactly. She doesn't really know.
Just like sniffs them and then sort of like recoils, turning her nose up, like, why have you made me smell?
Yeah, you're quite unsure. Like, again, like you said, you're not an alchemist and known for your potions.
Do you want me to take a look at it, Emlyn?
Sure. If you, I mean, I don't know what you know about.
Not much. 20.
Mate. One of them I've got is mystery potion red, and the other one is weird grey ombre potion.
So, red. Fig. How do you know
Yes.
this? Is this from a book that you've read in the Feywild?
I know herbs.
Yeah.
Herbalism kit.
Okay.
Maybe it like shares properties. Do you know what I mean? Maybe you're like, oh, okay. Well, if there's red magic berries that do this, or there's I don't know, or it smells like one of the ingredients. Or...
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks similar to something I've tried to make before.
Okay. The red one is a potion of fire breath.
Oh, this one's a potion of fire breath. Hand it to Emlyn.
And the grey one, you've accidentally eaten some of the properties that make this potion, and this is a potion of growth.
Oh, this one makes you grow tall. And I hand it to Emlyn in the least shady way possible.
What do you mean?
Do I know what it does, Sandy? It just makes you taller?
Yeah, it makes you like way bigger.
It just makes you like get really big
For a wee bit, or for always?
for a wee bit.
Yeah.
Cool. Sorry to be asking you questions that only the DM can answer. I was just trying to do it in character.
It's fine. The DM is in Fig's brain, helping him think.
I feel like maybe Emma is a little bit disappointed because, again, they don't really know what magic can do, but they have some ideas, and so both of these are like, I guess that's cool.
So, after the deliberation, getting all ready.
Yeah, and I think we take the bag of holding with like most of Emlyn's shit in it, but maybe leave like clothes and.
Are you leaving like all your climbing gear and stuff, or are you keeping all that stuff?
No, that's in the bag of holding,
Okay.
just in case. Never know when you might need to climb.
Very true.
Emlyn's a hoarder.
There you go. That's true.
I'm just like adding more and more bullet points to things about their character.
Yeah.
Fears death, terrible hoarder.
Okay, that's fine. I was just making sure. So, gathered all in your winter gear and clothing. Would you like to head out? Probably.
Yes.
Yes, let's go.
Are you bringing the car or anything, or are you just leaving that here?
Nah, we can leave that here.
Yeah.
I feel like you keep
Couple miles.
the fact that you're asking what we've left behind makes me so worried we're gonna come back and it's all been burnt down.
That's horrible, Harry.
What are you talking about, Harry?
What do you mean? What do you mean? I would never do
Yeah,
anything
it's
that.
something I shouldn't have mentioned it even.
Just like,
So how much do
Good
you leave
idea,
your
isn't it?
valuable stuff? Do you leave clothes? Do you leave the horse? Do you leave a car? Yes. I'm worried.
But I'm worried someone's gonna like try run away with it or something, or like people took note of what the car looked like as we were leaving Windstadt, and all the guards know what they're looking for.
oh, that is a good point, actually. Yeah.
Oh shit! No!
Oh my god!
Lily, what have you done?
I'm sorry.
But also, what they saw though, from the point of the dungeons, is they saw all the guards tied up and all the people missing. But they would have thought they went deeper into the dungeon and had been like messed up by the super dangerous guy, right? I don't know that the people will. Everything's super dusty, like no one ever goes down there.
And then this weird
it would've
bunch
been
of
like,
people came
oh.
into town and then bought a bunch of clothes and then, you know.
Yeah, but they also like, did we leave? What happened? I don't know. Like, I just feel like it's a lot. Who's looking into it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Let me
forensics
rationalize
coming
my
in.
way out.
Yeah. Okay, so I was just curious, just so I have a visual of what you guys are doing and what you have on you.
Oh, God.
I've still got my
Sure.
backpack full of rocks.
Okay, helpful. Good to
Uh
know.
huh.
Yeah, some of us assume that it's just like a fitness thing, but it's not.
No,
Very
just like
fast with
them.
those rocks. I think maybe Emily wants to ask Fig and Vader and Malara, I guess, about if they know anything about hags, because I think maybe Emily doesn't know anything about, or knows like shit folk tales that are like absolutely useless.
Could I roll history, see if I know anything about Hags?
I would say Fig, yes.
Oh no, 5.
5. You've heard of hags. They're actually familiar to you. They're typically fey creatures.
Ooh.
So, yeah, Veda, you kind of
Yeah.
listen, you know.
I'm like already having the fear because I remember the other fucking hags that we
Yeah,
encountered in one
same.
of our other games.
Yeah, I
So
feel like
concerned.
in other games, but that makes me
Vader rolling that one. She doesn't know what you're talking about.
No.
She's like, that's not a very nice thing to call someone.
I think there was hags in the Fae, or they're Fae creatures of some. Is it my mum?
I thought she was a dryad.
She's also a bit of a hag.
Ooh.
Boom! That's like a
Just like
6-year-old
low-
insulting you.
Yeah, it's just
You're
like really
stupid.
low rolls, just meaning you're like chatting shit about your mom.
She smells.
Cool. Just was wondering. I thought maybe if we knew loads, we'd find out some amazing weaknesses, but no. Instead,
Nope.
Fig is talking shit about his mom, and Emma is telling you some like absolute bullshit story about a hag. Just like it doesn't make any sense. I'm like,
Yeah.
And then she takes that candy, and then she bakes you inside the oven, and then your mum eats you in a pie.
Oh, that's so scary.
And it's just to stop children going into the woods, I think.
Fig thinks this is like a horror story. It's like the food betrayed them.
So, having this story and conversation, and Malara does come with you, not wanting you guys to go off into the woods by yourselves without proper.
She just sees us like
Fair.
leaving ineptly.
Just aimlessly walking.
It's like, nah.
Yeah, not happening. And she can't really help with healing and stuff, so she will come along. Descending northward into the forest, as you descend, the weather takes a turn for the worst. Wind begins to pick up pretty heavily, and what became a light snow turns into a blizzard as soon as you come anywhere near this forest. And it just starts whipping around, even though it really shouldn't because of the trees. It becomes so hard to see anything in front of your face. What's the walking order that we're going in here?
I think we'll go first to try like be a shield
Okay.
to smaller folk behind them.
Beta will go second.
I think it's Emlyn last.
Fig, since you're leading, can you make a survival check?
24.
Holy shit.
He's surviving.
Yeah.
I'm a survivor.
You don't really need your vision or even your hearing to focus on the direction you're going. You have a pretty good sense of direction, maybe just from your innate druidy abilities. You are able to head straight and not deviate from the direction that you were supposed to be going. It's a while. It's about a 4-mile hike up through the forest. It's a bit hilly. You can see old broken walls around this area, suggest civilization. As you head down the path, you approach the Grands. You see the manor off into the distance. The iron gates frozen in place with thick icicles hanging from them. Stone walls slit with ice, and the scent of death is in the air.
Oh boy. Can we follow that scent?
You're not Carol.
I know what I was going to say. Wind is howling,
like-
Sandy.
Fig knows which way to go, and we're like, oh, well, you know the way to go. And it's just like, it's the smell of death.
Emlyn just turns and runs.
Yeah.
Can I cast Detect Magic? Helen's at last. Yeah, I'll cast Detect Magic as we make our way.
I would say it's all around you.
What kind of magic is it?
It's great, perfect.
I think it would be... Let me double check. I think it's alteration magic. The fact that this just kicked up in general is weird. It's transmutation magic.
Okay.
So it's not natural, this weather.
Can I tell where it's coming from?
It's all around. There's not a sense of direction. It's only 30 feet out from you and the blizzard's all around you. But you're standing in front of this solid frozen gate. You can see the manor up the path in the distance. And you see it's a large manor, 3 floors high, about 400 feet wide, and you could see where the priorities of this nobleman were.
Do you guys want to go inside there? I'm yelling to make it sound like yelling over wind.
I don't think we have much of a choice. I think
Okay.
That's where we need to go.
I kick the door in. The gate.
I was gonna say, can Beta cast produce flame to try and melt some of the ice on the gate to make it easier to open.
I want to see Fig failing to open a door again.
Yeah, go on, kick it though.
Kick it!
Athletic.
Can I cast guidance on myself before I go?
Sure.
I pat myself on the chest and flowers come out to look like manly chest hair, and I'm gonna kick the door in.
That one.
Oh, 22!
22. As Veda gets produce flame in her hands, Fig just boots it in. Icicles shatter across the floor. The creaking of the iron is very loud as the gates bend inwards and one of them comes off the hinges, and from all the howling winds you hear this ding! Whatever sense of surprise you might have had is now gone.
Whoops!
Beta's kind of glaring at him a little bit.
What? I thought that's what we were doing.
Emma's just trying to like hide behind stuff.
I'm a survivor, I'm a believer. I'm a survivor. Okay, gonna walk towards the house, I guess.
There's quite a long path leading up to the house where a nice garden should have been. Topiaries, which were probably once looked after very well, is now broken, statues smashed along the floor. As you slowly approach the house, you come up to the front of the door, and as you approach, the doors fly open. Poof! Inside looks even more frozen than out here. A staircase in front of you, solid and ice, chandeliers with icicles overhead, bones and rags of clothing frozen into the wall.
Oh, that's really creepy. Is my detect magic still up?
How long does it last?
10 minutes.
Yes, it would be.
Am I sensing any magic inside the house?
I wouldn't say so, not in 30 feet around you, no.
Okay.
Emlyn prepares all their fire spells. They're ready.
Gets a torch out.
Emlyn gets out a wee lantern and it just sort of like flickers out. They put it away.
So, what do you do?
Can I hear anything coming from inside? Like anyone walking about?
Sure, make a perception check.
19?
As you kind of put your head in the door a little bit, trying to listen, get your ears out of the wind, you do hear clacking on ice. Like, tick, 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 tick. And then it stops, and you hear flowing wind.
This is so spooky.
I think there's someone in there making noise. Hopefully it's just a nice little mouse, but I doubt it.
Do you maybe think really to fight? Just sort of go around and see if there's been left around.
I wasn't really listening. Did she say it was buried money? Or is it in the house? I was picturing it buried, but I don't know what it is.
I feel like Harry just wants to fight the Hag. So it's fine. So I'm ready to be overruled.
I feel like we have to fight the hag, but I really don't want to because I hate hags.
Yeah, I definitely think that we do need to. That's just Emily's suggestion. Let's take the money and run.
Yeah. Nowhere around you do you see any shiny gold or anything at immediate glance.
Can Vader do any sort of fire cantrip stuff?
Yeah, we're just flames cantrip.
If you make your hands all fiery like you do and try and melt something, you think it'll just ice back over again?
Don't know. Let's find out. She'll try and use Produce Flame to melt the ice on like a doorknob or something.
Yeah, as you start Produce Flame on it, it does melt away.
Does it come back?
No. It starts dripping.
Okay. Well, I guess that answers that question. I think we should just explore and see what happens. I'm sure whatever is here will come to us.
Maybe Emily wants to try and scout quietly, and they're just looking for the fanciest rooms.
Are you guys wanting to be quiet about this, looking around, or are we wanting it to come to us?
I don't think we're wanting it to come to us.
I don't know.
I know you're allowed already, but
Because I can cast stuff to make us quieter.
Don't think it would hurt.
Okay. I'll cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay.
Burn up some mistletoe in my hands and throw it up. Let's go into the house quietly.
Is the walking order Emlyn's now in the front?
Yeah.
maybe Emma's 20 feet ahead. Maybe they wanted fire the doors and stuff. Even though I know that didn't go well in the dungeon.
Okay.
But it's still their job, even if they're bad at it.
Okay. So who's at the back then?
Fig would try go second back. Lara takes the back.
She'll take the back. You cast a spell. Everyone rolls stealth.
15.
Isn't that what happened last time?
Yes.
29?
26 plus 10.
Yeah.
36.
And then just flips their cloak and it's white and they're gone.
You enter into the house. You look around. In front of you immediately is a staircase going up and around. It's like a nice reception area, and there's doors to the left and right, and there's probably similar doors situated upstairs. Fada, you head in next. Nothing seems to happen. Fig, being a bit more clumsy, some of the ice cracks underneath you, and you kind of slip slightly. And you're moving away slower. I assume none of you have your crampons?
Forgot about that word.
Can we put the crampons on our feet?
I think unless it was a really big slippery staircase or something that we needed them for, I don't think we would have stopped to put them on.
It would be difficult to climb these stairs. Someone poured water down it and then froze it.
Well, I think if we started up the stairs, then yeah, maybe we do put them on before we got the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay, as you're entering in, you start seeing this. You take a moment to look. Malara approaches the door. You hear this as I need now Malara to make a dexterity saving throw.
It interrupts. Emlyn was busy being very smug. See, why it's good to always be prepared. Bring extra jumpers. Never go when there's going to be an evil hag. You need your climbing gear.
She's casting Wall of Ice.
Oh lordy.
18. She saves it. Wall of Ice appears up behind her, slams into her back, and almost begins to freeze her as it slams up, and it covers the whole wall, even bending round, almost trapping you inside the lower chamber. The door to your right and left are now blocked off, and the only way up would be the stairs. As flying down on this gnarled piece of wood, wearing blacky blue flowing robes, white hair, a grin bigger than it would fit on a normal face, and these large protruding fingers. As she flies down and meets your gaze, she says, "Been a while since I've seen someone come up here." Emlyn, since you're at the front.
I'm at the front, but I'm so stealthy.
Unfortunately, she knew you guys were coming, and she's trapped you inside
sorry.
this area. Even though it's cloaked in shadows, it's easier to see you, as there's not much of a hiding space.
She's flying, right?
She's flying, yes.
Shoot her, Robs.
Okay.
I think that they are often not really sure if an enemy is bad, but see, they're pretty sure.
Yeah. You also see, skulls hanging from her belt that she has, and
The whole place is super creepy.
Yeah.
I think they're in the jumpy mode,
and the jumpiness
Oh my god.
appears from
That
your
was a 2.
short bow as you roll the 10. Bad.
Again, is a 2, so it's the lowest.
Yeah, it actually is. It sucks. As you launch your bow forward, it shatters behind her. She doesn't even move. And she just smiles, tilts her head. as you just see this immensely cold breath coming out of her mouth, almost freezing more of the floor.
Cool. Can I hide?
Sure. You mean you can hide behind any of your friends as well, so
Yeah,
you still have +10 as well.
any corner or just like behind. +10 as well.
Yeah.
It's also an incredibly low roll. So it's 25 total.
25. Okay, I'll say Veda, since you're kind of like up next, what are you doing?
Okay, how far away is the hag from Veda?
I would say about 45 feet, and she's like up.
Veda still had produce flame in her hands. Should we chuck it at her?
Okay.
11.
Okay.
That didn't work.
Seeing this visage just kind of terrifies you. You launch it forward, it hits onto the back of the wall, it just begins to melt some of the frozen.
For bonus action, she'll give some bardic inspiration to Malara.
How do you inspire her?
I always struggle to think of things to say for this.
Your butt looks great today, babe.
She'll say, I know you are far too strong for that ratty old bitch to touch you again.
She smiles, shrugs off this cold. Was that a D8 now?
Yep.
Fig, what are you doing?
So I do symbiotic entity for my action, and then I'm gonna do healing word on Malara for my bonus action.
Okay.
I say, Malara, you're going to be alright.
Nice.
And I give her 6 healing.
She feels a bit better. The cold wounds start to heal up. Lara is going to fly into a rage. Her eyes flicker red. She she can't hit it. It's in the air.
She's not got any range stuff.
No, she's only got a great axe.
Did this to sabotage us.
Ha ha. I think she's not going to fly into a rage. She's going to move to the front, up next to Emlyn, which you cannot see, and is going to hold her action until it comes closer, and then she's going to swing at it. As this hag says, "These are the ones they sent to stop me? Haven't even been touched yet." As she puts her hands out, blocking you all in, she casts Cone of Cold.
Oh, fuck.
Look, there's no need for that.
I know there's...
We're all gonna die soon.
Unnecessary.
We need some salts as well.
I would also like to use my reaction
Mhm.
to cast Absorb Elements since she does it.
Didn't you use your reaction to...
I didn't.
Okay.
I used my bonus action, so I am resistant.
That was a good roll.
Fuck!
God.
dude.
Those were bad rolls.
Oh my god! Okay, is it a con save from all of us?
Yep, can't say from everyone.
Oh fuck! I got a
That's
5.
sorry. Is it a D8?
It's a
Because
D8.
it's like 7, 7, 8, 7, 7.
Yeah. That.
Sandy, what are you doing to us, man?
Holy shit!
That is literally.
Oh
That's
my
literally just
God.
gonna kill us all at once
TPK.
in a TPK.
I know,
isn't
right?
it?
It could, yeah.
Fucking hags.
Oh.
man.
Yeah, that's gonna. I'm down. That's gonna be me down.
You can have that.
Yeah.
Can you not? No, you can't.
Can I? Wait. There's something. There's a
Yeah,
thing.
you've got
There's
uncanny
something.
dodge, don't you?
That's
There's a
only
thing.
Does that work in the con
for.
save?
No, it's only. It's what evasion is.
Oh my god, Sandy, you're gonna
Oh, is that
kill
only
us
for-
all!
Isn't that everyone down?
No, I get half taken off, and I also had my symbiotic entity up, so I am up.
Veda's down.
Well done, Malara.
I'm down.
That was a crazy roll, though.
Yeah,
Sorry.
for
Why do you
real.
get half? Why do you get half damage?
Because I cast a reaction thing called Absorb Elements, where I just
Oh
like
my
absorb
God.
the ice damage.
I
from
cannot
the
believe
body
that.
field.
Surely that's like that would be that's literally a one move TPK.
Oh my god, I got so nervous I was trying to find the calculator and just typed 53 into Google.
Yep. That's the way.
Oh my god.
Okay. As
It's all down to you, Fig.
Ah!
now,
Oh god.
Well, it's been fun, guys.
I feel like I literally that's the thing. I normally joke being like, oh, it's been fun. This is the end, but like it is.
It is.
This time it
It's
is
there.
though.
Everyone's fucking down.
So-
Sandy, the fuck, dude?
just have to wait. Yep.
Why did you think?
We're all level 5, you bastards.
Right? Jesus.
But so Sandy's obviously got a new idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
For the-
Yeah,
Right.
he's bored of us
Yeah.
now.
No, like this is a normal encounter. By the way, just so you guys know.
Fuck it is.
Yeah, it is.
For all the
you shut
squishiest
the
babies.
fuck up. Yeah, a normal encounter.
Your
You need
mouth.
to remember like who we are as people.
I know. Don't worry. Don't worry, guys. Don't
Oh
worry.
my god.
This
Oh my
entire
god.
episode's just gonna be the rest of the episode is just gonna be us screaming at Sandy.
I'm ready to come. I'm like I've got lots of like ideas to be honest. You know what I mean? Like I feel like some of us could come back as like evil, sort of like vampire versions of ourselves.
Mhm, mhm.
We all
That's
come back
so
as
fun.
revenants.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So, Fig, you watch as the cold mist, as you quickly cast this absorb element, you become resistant to it. In a split second, she cackles and just says, "You're done." And as you open your eyes, she's gone. And I'm standing next to you, frozen solid, lies Malara, Veda, and Emlyn.
Oh. He's just standing there. Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna go over to Veda and so gently touch her and cast Lesser Restoration. I don't know if it'll help, but...
Fig, I would say you would know Lesser Restoration only stops poisoning and like disease.
Can I think of any way I could help them? Is it like they're trapped under a wall of ice, or they physically are ice?
It's like a block of ice.
Okay.
And they're just frozen there. I would say you'd have enough control with Produce Flame to thaw them out if you wanted to.
Okay. I will just put my hands on fire and start thawing them out. I'll get Veda out first because she can do fire stuff too.
Okay. It takes you a little while. And you just hear all around you. Just always.
As that happens, Fig just like gets really angry and puts out his hand. You said there was skeletons nearby, and he's going to cast Animate Dead.
Okay.
And
nice.
raise one and say, "Keep an eye out while I do this."
It breaks out the wall, and it has various different parts to it. It doesn't look like a complete skeleton. You know, most of its ribs are missing. It has this one larger arm, and it picks up a pretty hefty leg bone, and it starts like looking around and starts patrolling.
I go back to him and I say to Veda, "You're going to be okay. Okay, I promise you're going to be okay." And just keep thawing her out.
As you eventually thaw her out, and she's motionless.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on her.
Okay.
Come on, wake up, Veda. 7.
Does that work?
Yep, you come back. Coughing up. You start shivering.
Veda, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I don't like hags.
I don't like them either. Come on, you have to get up and help me thaw these guys out. And I help her up.
And again, Veda, you start hearing.
Just use Produce Flame and just thaw them out. That's all we can do.
Okay.
And Veda, you now see a skeleton walking around.
Don't mind him.
Is that yours?
Yep. I'm just gonna start thawing out Emlyn.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that later. But I'll start thawing out Malara.
Okay. As again, they both collapse to the ground.
And cast Cure Wounds on Malara.
Yeah, I'll cast Cure Wounds on Emlyn.
Okay.
7 healing for Emlyn as well.
Malara?
12 for Malara.
Nice.
And then it's like coughing and shivering, and they are like very pale, and they're like kind of trying to grab onto you guys, and they're just like, "I can't go. I can't die here. Not yet. There's people that need me. I can't."
I promise you'll see your kid again. We won't let anything happen to you, I promise.
That does
I just
not
keep
calm
them warm.
Emlyn down.
I just like hold Emlyn and try like keep them warm.
Again, you just hear this. Well done. You did well.
Do we want to talk to her,
We're
or do
all
we
like
just ignore it?
super weak, right?
It's up to you what you want to do.
I mean, if Veda wants to talk to her, I'm not gonna stop her.
Is she like actually in the room, or can you just hear her?
You can just hear her. She could be like above you, hiding somewhere. You don't really know. But you are still trapped. The wall's still here.
Is there no way out of the room?
There's only up the stairs.
I think we should walk the stairs.
Unless you want to try like thaw out the wall with your Produce Flame, but who knows how long that would take.
Are you sure you want to go upstairs? You guys are all super hurt, and I don't have that many spells left.
Emlyn is like shaking their head.
We have this guy for 24 hours, and I point to the skeleton.
I don't know what's best to do, really. I don't like to turn my tail and run.
It might be the only option we have here.
There's like a wall, right?
Yeah, there's a wall blocking your exit.
How tall is the wall?
Yeah, it goes all the way to the top. It's like a 10-foot tall wall, and it's pretty thick.
I should have took the spell magic.
Veda's got the spell magic. I was literally just reading the spell description of it there.
I mean, like, do we want to try going towards the stairs and seeing if it, like, changes their behavior at all?
I don't know. Can we just talk to her?
I think I'll just say something wrong.
Veda, you're usually better at talking to people. See if she'll just let us go.
I think she just wants to toy with us, but I can ask if you want me to.
No harm in asking, I guess. Christ.
Emma's just crying on the floor, having a breakdown. They're not going to be very helpful.
Veda will step forward a little bit, just looking up and kind of around because she doesn't really know where the hag is, and just say, what is it that you want from us? Why did you attack us like that?
What do I want? Oh, it's been a while. I've been a bit hungry. But I get so rarely visitors here. I would like to enjoy you a little more. I could have crushed you any moment. But you do not seem too tough. Many have came for me before. But only of empty-handed, greedy little hands they were. I wonder how long you could last. Got plenty of food, too. How long would it take for you to eat your own boots? But I kept you trapped here for months. There's nothing you can do. You're weak, afraid.
Veda's just gonna turn to everyone and be like, see, there's no point in talking to her.
Emlyn is definitely
got
weak and
some
afraid.
We could, like, have a rest or something so you guys can rest up, because you guys are still looking pretty beat.
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
We can have him watch. Points the skeleton.
I mean, alright, what's the best way? Emlyn's maybe just thinking about getting out alive, but right now, so we could sit here, or we could go up the stairs and try and go somewhere else. But if that's the only options open to us,
Are there any windows?
maybe it's worth taking a break anyway. I mean, seems like she'd be happy to wait for months, so maybe
Yeah.
Emlyn is like, shivering like really bad. Everyone's super beat up.
Are there any windows, Sandy?
And not that you could see, there were, but they're blocked off now by the ice.
If we want to just leave, I could maybe get rid of that wall.
Yeah.
Maybe I could try.
What if it makes her angry?
Maybe it'd be best
mean,
to
why
have a rest
not?
before you even try that.
Okay, well, let's rest for a moment and then I'll try and get rid of her wall. If she gets angry, then I try and throw my fire at her.
Okay. We'll have a break.
I mean, I think that if everyone's just doing like real shit, maybe we're just like, like
Mhm.
huddle together or like
Mm.
try and get the freezing water out of our clothes or
Yeah. I think
Big's trying to, like, comfort Emlyn as best he can.
Veda can just like cast prestidigitation on like everyone to dry him off.
Malara says, this was my worry with these kind of things. Magic is horrible in the wrong hands. Just, what am I supposed to do? I have but an axe. If she flies around, I can't do much.
We just need to get her to you
Yes.
so you can snap her in half.
I'm sure if I get her in my sights, I can take her down. Maybe.
We can try.
Only thing we can do at the moment. Veda, are you casting Song of Rest? Or
Yes.
nah?
A short rest is had.
Yeah, everyone gets an extra d6.
Oh, god damn it, I keep rolling so low. I'm like 1 HP off. Fuck it.
And every so often, like every 10, 15 minutes, you just hear, is everyone okay?
How do you turn off this radio channel? Sucks.
yeah, what's this Disney bullshit?
Nonsense. I feel like the skeleton's just like walking around every time she messages. It's just like,
Yeah.
Eh?
Hello?
I'm just gonna use like most of my hit dice because I feel like if she could do 50 damage at once, I want to be up to full.
Yeah.
I hope that's not dumb.
No, I don't think that's dumb.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Yeah, I used like 1 hit dice to gain 1 HP because I do not want to be like, I don't want to die from not having 1 HP.
You also have healing potions as well, remember?
Yeah.
But I guess if you're using those, it makes sense.
Well, you can use those like in a split second. You don't need an
Yeah,
hour.
probably not gonna be wasting those. You're trying to trick us.
Me? You?
The more shrill Sandy gets, the more worried I am.
I know. I also feel like if she's basically like powerful enough to get us all down in one hit, then it almost like makes me like want to explore more because I feel like if we did the spell magic and then we like just try and run,
Mm-hmm.
she'll get back.
It seems like she could get us if we try and run. It seems like she could, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, she
Well,
could
we
stop
could-
you.
it doesn't necessarily make me want to run more, if that makes sense.
I'm so happy I have kept absorb elements on Fig's spell slot
Mhm.
ever since fucking Alexander cast that goddamn fireball. I refuse to take it off.
Yeah.
Sandy, what would you do if that just wasn't there and we were all dead in that one hit?
Yeah,
We'll never
Start a
know.
new podcast.
We wouldn't know.
Fig would have had 4 HP left.
See, Fig would have been alright.
Uh-huh.
Wait, if 57? Oh, because you succeeded, right?
No, because I had my temporary hit points up.
Ah, nice. See? Fig's alright. Fig would be fine. Don't have to worry about it, guys.
He's getting shrill again.
What do you mean? I have to say, though, 8 d8s and only one of
No,
them.
That
one
was-
of them was lower
that was
than
a
a 6.
ridiculous
That was
roll.
Absurd.
7, 7, 8, 6, 7, 7, 5, 6.
I feel like we should post that on the Twitter, just being like, well,
So long.
Just to stir some shit.
Yeah.
It's been
But
a
you
fun
wouldn't even
couple
know.
of months.
If we all die, it's just going to be like Emlyn's wife coming to fucking save everyone.
Yeah.
That's it.
I feel like it should be a story
It's not a
only about
monologue.
Emlyn's wife, just like her and her adventures.
Yes.
I'd listen to it.
You guys are just NPCs each time. She's just like fuck, battling her way there until she's like high enough level to get you all out of trouble.
Yeah, it's just a montage of you like going through stuff, like stopping a meteor with your hands and like throwing it away, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so a short rest is had.
A really unrestful rest.
Oh, for sure.
A stress rest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone just gets like slightly less. Absolutely. I mean, we're dry.
Yeah, you've got your crampons on now.
Mhm.
Yep.
Great.
So, what does everyone think? Do you want me to try to get rid of the wall, or shall we go upstairs? Or shall I get rid of the wall and then go upstairs, so then we can turn around and go out the door if we need to?
I have a terrible feeling that we just have to go upstairs.
Well,
What
just
if
think it's determined
get
to
rid of
mess
the
with
wall
us.
and then she makes a new wall?
Yeah, that's true. It might be a waste. Okay, let's just go.
Are you guys all good to go?
Yes, it's great. I'm feeling good actually. I'm very excited.
So, sitting, hearing this cackling all the time, over the hour or so you take to bandaging up, healing magically as well, take a moment to reflect on what the hell just happened. I feel like anything that you guys have encountered before, even man covered in devil chains, you were able to face pretty easily. But this one caught you by surprise, I feel.
Yeah, I almost feel like Emlyn was like quite confident after the last encounter. Like we messed up a lot in that dungeon, but we were still totally fine. And I think that's what's like thrown them so much, is they thought they were invincible now.
Yeah.
At least as if they were a team, it's kind of been swept out from under their feet.
We got too cocky, guys.
We did.
I believe you guys wanted to head upstairs.
We had the tampons on.
Yeah.
That's when we head upstairs.
I was thinking, I was like, what?
The tampon's ready for all the blood we're about to bleed.
Bringing your skeleton along, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Is she still cackling?
Every so often you hear her.
Are we heading upstairs?
Yeah.
I think when we start walking upstairs, Veda's gonna say, "Don't you get bored and lonely here by yourself? Maybe I could play some songs for you. I'm sure it's a long time since you heard music."
The only sound I like is the snapping of bones on a frozen day.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. She's quite direct.
Veda's just gonna get her lute out and play anyway.
Okay,
Okay.
so you start playing. Okay, a performance check.
Are the acoustics really good?
I guess they would be.
Like huge and echoey?
Yeah,
14.
14.
Not great.
Okay.
Veda's hands are still quite cold.
Yeah.
She's warming up.
Yeah, it's harder to play. Obviously, quite worried as well. Like
Yeah.
you're close to dying.
She's
there.
having a bad day.
Yeah. So as you begin playing, you reach the first little balcony bit. Do you head up to the left or right?
What does everyone think? Left or right?
Can I listen out down the halls to see if I can hear anything?
Sure. Make a perception check.
15.
15.
Yeah, 15.
Okay. As you listen out, you hear whooshing and almost like clacking on ice coming from the right side of the house.
Go right, I think.
Okay.
So are you purposefully looking for her?
I guess.
Okay.
Is that what we're doing?
I feel like Ellen super doesn't mind. It's not that they want to live, but they don't know the best way of doing it, so they're just like in shock and trailing along with what everyone else is doing.
So yeah, you head up right, head into the corridor, which is just this extremely long, probably a 150-foot long corridor, 10 foot wide, and then just doors and doors and doors on the left, and a door or two off to the right hand side that would open out into a balcony as you walk.
Is there any sign of her?
As you're keeping an eye out, playing. One of the doors swings open, and she kind of, with her big, uncomfortable grin, you can see these gnarled teeth. She pokes her head out. Coming to find me, are you? Why don't you come in? And she goes back in one of these rooms.
Is she gonna kill us when we go in there? Can I roll insight?
If you want to, yeah, sure, I'll let you roll.
16.
Yeah, she wants to kill you.
Great. I knew it.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just send the skeleton in? No, wait.
You would feel too bad, I think.
Yeah, I feel too bad. I feel like we can maybe use him.
Maybe, does it look like that we could get to the room that she's gone into from going the other way at the staircase? Okay, because here's my question, right? When she cast the cold,
Mhm.
was it all in one direction?
Yes, it was in a cone direction in front of her.
So maybe Emlyn is like, if she can't be talked to and we want to try and fight her again, maybe we should be spreading out so she can't do that same thing again.
We don't
What?
know anything about this house. We don't know what rooms lead to where.
What happens if we go the opposite direction? She's saying follow her, but what if we don't follow her and go the other way?
Maybe we should try that. I just don't think she could be more inclined to kill us than she already is, so
Yeah,
That's
why
true.
not?
let's try the other direction.
Okay, so you're going back left?
So all of these rooms are like totally like frozen, just like bones, ice everywhere, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool.
So-
Like there's nothing.
Yeah, I mean, you haven't really took a time to investigate around the rooms to see if there was something. You know, this is your first time really having a chance to go into any of the rooms. She's in like the third one down the corridor, but there's still two next to you as you walk back.
I guess maybe Emlyn feels like there's no point trying to look for the money and stuff because it seems really obvious to them that they won't be able to get out with it if she's still alive because she could so obviously just like get us.
She could get us whatever way we went.
Does she seem like she's able to like teleport about, or does she just kind of fly around really quickly now? So she's getting everywhere. Like if we go into a room, she won't be able to pop in and be like, "Surprise, it's kind of cold."
You have no idea.
Cool.
You haven't
That's
seen
fine.
her
I mean-
like popping around. You know, when she blasted you with cone of cold and then disappeared, but she could have just flown away. She can't fly in her broom.
Okay.
But like direction wise, we went right and she's gone off in a room to the left. So like it's not inconceivable there could be more than one way in.
You walked up the stairs and took a right.
We went into the room to the right, but then she went into a door. Is that on the left hand side of the way we went?
Yes. So
So it could be that it meets back up with the other side.
I'm gonna tell the skelly, like if we're going the other way, I'm gonna tell the skeleton to go behind us
Mhm.
and just, let us know if she's coming.
You don't need to cast a spell, but maybe we should go quietly if we can. Either way.
Alright.
I'm gonna make stealth checks
I
then.
mean, just in case. I don't know. We're gonna die.
Oh, decent! 12! That's good for Fig.
18.
A 9 for Veda and a 10 for Malara. Nice.
Well, worth a shot,
Hmm.
right?
I mean,
Veda's just still playing her lute.
oh, that's true.
Yeah.
So you're heading back the way you came onto the balcony, looking down into the foyer, and are going around to the back.
Or I
of
thought
them?
we were going to go
Or are you going?
the opposite side of the left from the stairwell if we can.
If that's what you want to do.
I think it might be better to go and look around the other end of the corridor to see if there are doors back there, and then we don't even have to walk down that way if we don't want to. But just to
Okay.
have
Do you
a
mean
look.
like toward the witch or like completely the opposite direction of the witch?
Yeah.
Yeah,
walk
fuck
down,
it. Like basically,
down
let's
to
just
the
like
left
walk
and
around to
go
try and find
see if
another
there's a
entrance to the
back
room.
door. We don't necessarily have to go in it,
Yeah.
but just if we see if there's one there,
Okay.
we know.
You guys double back the way you came, trying to see if there's a back entrance to this door. You head down one of the corridors looking down into the foyer, and there does appear to be doors on the back of these rooms.
Okay, so say if we go through the back door, we're still going to the Hags, but just through the back way?
I mean, I just think if we're going to fight her, we might as well go in different entrances to this room. So that
Two
she
go
can't
one
get us
way
all
and
at
two go the
once.
other way?
So she can't get us all at once with a spell.
Splitting up makes me nervous though.
Yeah, same.
I mean, we know which room we're going in.
Could we go down to the middle door and then split up from there rather than having like a big area between us?
Going through the middle door.
Yes.
You can do that.
Who are you? Are you Cookie just now?
Hello? Yes.
From the standing stone,
She followed us.
sitting on the table.
Do you mean like go into
No.
the room next to the one that the hag is in?
Yeah, like go into the middle room so that we can.
And also, then we'll know how big the rooms are and stuff.
Yeah,
And then if
also
she
it's like-
hasn't like hunted us down, then we can split up and we're still
Also, it
in,
would
like,
give us
20 feet away.
like
from each other or
2
whatever.
open doors. So it's like
Yes.
if we need to go round somewhere, we don't have to go down a big long corridor. We can like turn into another room.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like she's gonna kill us either way, so we might as well try and fight her, and we might as well try and do like a plan about it. And that definitely sounds like it's good.
We might as well seem smart before we die.
Yeah, so it's kind of like making sure not everyone gets hit by a spell by splitting up and pinching the move, right? So if 2 of you get hit, there's still 2 of you up to do attacks and heal people. I think that's the kind of thing
and
with
then
it, right?
and then like rips up a piece of cloth and like ties it around the head like Rambo. Ready.
Take your first blood! Yeah.
Okay, I say we should maybe go like me and Emlyn and Fade and Malara, because then there's 2 healers on 2 sides,
Okay, that makes sense.
and we'll take the skeleton as well.
Okay, do that.
And keep him.
Okay.
Go along, skeleton. Oh, Jeffrey, the skeleton.
Oh, Jeffrey!
Oh, Jeffrey.
Oh my god, I'm so scared that we're gonna
Jeffrey.
die. This is not the time.
Okay, so I'm gonna do my wild shape.
Oh.
No, I was in that. I'm gonna do symbiotic entity.
Um.
Sorry. I'm gonna turn into a horse.
I mean, you could turn.
Wait though, if you turn into something like the biggest, scariest animal that you can, does that take the hit points damage if something hits you
Yeah.
before you do?
But so does my symbiotic entity.
Yeah,
That does
it
that
gives
too.
a little health.
Does it give you less or more health than if you turn into a bear?
I think it's about just the same.
Oh really?
Yeah, I'll look
Yo!
I'll look it up.
Yeah, it's close. It's like a good amount of temporary
I'm
hit
just
points.
saying, I just want a giant bear to attack me, but whatever. I guess maybe that's not good if she's
It
flying.
gives me, yeah, 1 extra HP.
Oh. Okay, also if she's flying, maybe you
A
shouldn't be a
bear
bear.
will be no good. Also, I can cast spells and heal people in case. I'm
Yes, alright, yes. That makes sense.
Be a giant seahorse.
You don't know how druids work.
No, I don't, I don't think I've ever played it.
Okay,
I
so
don't know how druids work.
you go into the room next to the one that the hag was in.
Yes.
In this room, it seems to be a library of some kind. All the books, sadly, are frozen and probably unusable now. And if thawed out, they would be all smudged and ruined. Skeletons seem frozen behind the desks, and the room is roughly 45 by 20 feet.
So, will Hoons take the right side and Hoons take the left side?
I'll
I
take
don't
the
care.
I pat him on.
Evelyn is just like shaky. But like maybe like full of adrenaline as well as fear.
If she can see and hear me playing for a minute, I can try to charm her.
Okay, well, why don't you
Let's
guys
try
take the
that first, shall we?
Why don't you guys take the right side and open the door and try like talk to her, and me and Emlyn will take the left side and just wait for any like signal or anything, like just yell and we'll bust in.
If she has to be able to see you, maybe you should stand in the doorway, but all the rest of us should be behind on both sides.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, we're not gonna.
So that we're not in direct line of sight. So that we're behind that
Yeah, that's what
wall
I was.
of protection.
I was
Yes,
saying.
okay. Good. But I mean like Malara as well.
yeah,
Everyone.
yeah.
Good. Yes,
Everyone's
let's
like,
do that.
"Yeah."
I feel like the more plan that we make, the more it's going to go wrong. Like, the more it's
Fine.
going to go off. But let's do it.
Okay.
I always love in D&D that, you know, the players make all these plans in front of the DM. Because it's like, even if they wanted to, I don't say I do this, but the DM could just change the whole plan and be like, oh, well, you know.
We're trusting you not to do that,
Yeah,
Sandy.
no, I would do that.
Yeah, do you want us to, like, make a secret chat and we're just, like, typing to each other? That'll be a great
Yeah.
podcast. Just for ages. No, I mean behind the wall. That's what I meant too. Okay, yeah, cool. But, like, silence on the audio.
Yeah. I'm just like, hey, guys, how's it going? Okay, so in this second room, you're splitting up, right? Two,
Yes.
Emlyn,
Yes.
Emlyn, Fig, and the skeleton.
Yep.
And Veda and Malara.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you want to try and use your enthralling performance?
Yep.
Okay.
I have literally no idea if it'll work, but if it fails, she doesn't know that I tried to charm her.
Mm.
She just thinks I'm some tit with a loot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's weird that it has to be views and hears it.
Well, I mean, that's what it says.
Yeah.
You can choose a number of humanoids within 60 feet of you who watched and listened to all of it.
Yeah.
Just be like.
And I'm assuming she's
"Listen to
humanoid.
my tune."
Actually, oh god, actually. Let's double check. She does not count as a humanoid.
Damn.
Oh shit.
Oh well, she just thinks I'm a tip the loot then.
Yeah, pretty much.
Still gonna do it. It just won't work.
Yeah. She is a fae.
She's too magic to be humanoid.
Yeah.
Never did trust magic, just saying.
You did say. You
Right,
did
rightly
say.
so. Rightly so.
It's just because I'm bitter that I didn't play a caster.
So, hiding behind the doors. Who goes the north side? Is that Malara and Veda?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're entering the door that she said, come on through. Playing your lute, hoping to charm her in some way. And Fig, Emlyn, and Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
What do you guys do? Doors closed on both sides.
Wait for the signal.
Can try and open the door.
The door swings open. It's not particularly big in here. It's only a 10-foot-ish ceiling. She sits hovering over a bed, a skeleton couple on it, frozen
Oh,
solid.
that's really weird.
And
God.
she's just floating above it. You open the door.
Does she do anything when Veda opens the door?
No, she looks at you, smiles. She doesn't seem threatened by you at all.
I mean,
Fair.
that's
That's fair. Yeah.
I guess she'll just play for a bit, and when she realizes it's not working, kind of stop.
Yeah, like 20 or so seconds pass. And
Just this really awkward playing of the lute.
Did
And then you just like put it down by your side, and you're like, oh.
Well, to be fair, you can the rest of your spells you could cast through the loot, you know,
Yeah.
just to figure it out. I think maybe if we hear
Yeah, I was
Veda
gonna say
slow
if,
and stop playing, maybe I want to try and stealthily open the door
yeah.
on our side.
Okay. Sleight of hand.
Stealthily. My sleight of hand is very slightly less good than my staff. I don't know.
Come on, Emlyn.
why. It's a 14, which I'm gonna be honest, is again a very bad roll.
Yes. Okay. As the door opens, it's slippy from the ice, and you can't really control it as well, as it slightly makes a noise, and you do see her clock you. She looks towards you slightly, with this weird, over-the-top smile.
So sinister.
I guess maybe I want to. I mean, presumably Fig is not in the doorway.
He's right behind you.
Okay, were you standing right behind me so that she could see, or were you like?
No, like
out
I
of
was
the
pressed
way?
against the wall.
Okay, cool. Then I think maybe Emlyn wants to like feint, dodge out of the way of the doorway as if they're running away,
Okay.
but they're not. They're just like still right next to. Maybe they take like a stone. Do you know what I mean? Like something little, and like throw it down the corridor. So maybe it sounds like they're moving further away, trying to be quiet.
Okay.
That's probably not gonna work, but like
You've done something like this
that's what
before.
they do.
Um,
Have I? And did it go very poorly?
it did.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Make a deception check.
Oh my god. I've only ever played characters with like incredibly high deception, and then also Emlyn.
Oh god.
It's a 3.
Okay. Have you ever seen that video?
Okay.
Have you ever seen that video of the stones chipping off frozen ice?
Oh, it's so cool.
Where it goes. Phew, 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 phew. It makes that noise.
No.
So
But you're painting a picture.
yeah. So you like throw it trying to like sound like you're walking away, but it just starts skimming. So it's like choop, 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 and like slides off, and it doesn't sound like running.
So it's like someone's throwing fucking stones.
Yeah. But you're hidden.
All right.
You're out.
I tried.
You're hidden.
I am hidden though.
Yeah, you're hidden from the main view of her. She
That
looks-
is a cool noise.
They want to still have their like bow out and like ready with like an arrow notched, but still be hidden behind the door, I guess.
Okay.
Like around the corner of the door, but the door is open now. We're both just like back to the wall on either side, as if it's a stealth mission. Apart from she's just like not threatened and knows that we're there, or knows that I'm there.
When Emlyn does this, can I please ready a dodge action?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. Fig.
Mm-hmm.
Make a either Arcana or make a Wisdom check for me, please.
Just straight wisdom.
Yes.
18?
Okay. Fig, the way you cast magic
Yeah.
is you typically use a focus, and your focus is your staff.
Uh-huh.
And this creature, you know it's Fey. It has a staff that they use for flying around. And if you don't have a spell focus, you can't cast magic.
Okay. So, do I assume it's the staff?
You had a slight knowledge of Fey creatures, and you being a spellcaster yourself, I let you make this roll to say it's possible that her spell casting comes from her staff, and without spell focus, she might not be able to cast anything.
Okay.
Perhaps.
Emlyn, do you have the speaky walkie or does Malara have it?
I have it. She put it on my door.
Crap. Okay, so the plan is we destroy her broom thing that she's on.
If it helps, that was Veda's next plan because she was flying around on it. Seemed like it was helpful.
Yeah, I feel like Vader has got pretty high intelligence, right?
Yeah.
And Malara can't hit her if she's not on the ground, so I don't think it's impossible that,
Mhm.
maybe not for the same reasons, but that you would have also...
I have.
No, I was genuinely planning on burning that thing, so.
Yeah,
I still have the thing that I use to attack the skeletons with, the big wave, and that might
Right.
break it or knock her off it at least, because it
She's
knocks
flying.
things. It's 10 foot tall. It's a tidal wave.
Can you cast it in a way that definitely hit her and not made her Malara?
Well, if Veda's not like standing in the middle of the room next to her, then she should be alright.
She didn't look like she was.
Yeah, I did.
She's not in the middle of the room, she's like just in the door.
Still, it's in the doorway on the other side,
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
like,
and
I can
Emlyn
just-
saw they opened
like
the door.
Yeah, if she was like on the map, she'd be like on like a map for players, she'd be like in the square in front of the door.
I mean,
It's worth
Veda
a
can't
shot.
hear them,
Yeah.
so.
it was a good spell. They're not in the room now, so might as well.
I could just like throw it in there.
That's a good idea. You should throw it in there while maybe just checking real quick before that they haven't moved into the room.
Yep.
I think you should do it though. Maybe we're all gonna die. We might as well try
Could you
and get her
check?
before.
Could you like check in the room first? You're faster.
All
than I
right.
am.
Emlyn like pokes their head around just to see if they're still in the same place.
Yep, there's stuff.
Are they?
Yep.
Okay. Emlyn pokes their head back and is like, yeah.
Okay.
And they get their arrow notched and ready to shoot as soon as the wave has hit her.
Okay, Emlyn, you good? Jeffrey, you good? Skeleton nods.
Emlyn hates the skeleton.
What?
They're not on board.
Yeah, like its joints are like not normal joints. They're like skulls that they've just been able to find. So they're all weird. Like their hands are not proper hands. They're like
Oh, so it's like it had loads of heads. It's vast. That's no.
so it's like an amalgamation of different body parts that were lying around.
So this is gonna make me a big old target, but I'll go to the door. Where is she like sitting in the room? Is she just like in the middle of the room?
Yeah, just in the middle of the room.
Okay, I'll cast Tidal Wave from the left side of the wall
Mhm.
to the right side, so it's not hitting any doors.
So like diagonally sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, like,
like
just like
across.
straight
Yeah,
across.
horizontal.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a dexterity save.
16.
Oh, she just saves.
What day?
Motherfucker! She would have been knocked prone. Anyway, she takes 10 damage. Not great.
I think those rolls were okay though.
2 8s and 2 2s.
Yeah, but I think
Everyone knows.
I think that averages out to higher than usual.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
you-
unless she doesn't save that.
average is like the max and then lowest. So as a tidal wave comes into the room, almost parts of it almost freeze as it slams into her. She's able to hold composure. It does hurt her a significant amount, but she remains on her broom and she kind of shakes her head. She says, "Oh, powerful. Perhaps I underestimated you." And she like stands up on her broom
Oh no.
as Emlyn, jump around with your arrow.
I know that she knew where I was, but I was hidden, right? No. Do I get sneak attack?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay, cool.
'Cause she knew where you were, so
That's 10 damage then.
10 damage.
Emlyn
though.
just shoots.
I told the skeleton to hold his action to attack. Can the skeleton attack?
Yes, I'll say so.
18? Wait.
22.
No, 22?
Yes, that hits.
Go, Jeffrey!
I'd also like to bonus action hide back around the door again.
Yeah, sounds
He
good.
did 4 damage.
So I'm really like out the way.
So, as Emlyn, you
Yeah, did Fig move?
Fig did not.
Could I say I moved?
Where do you want to move to?
I just want to move behind the door.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. As a big tidal wave strikes into her, an arrow, it nails her in the chest and almost freezes on contact. Emlyn, pushing past you slightly as you try to hide away, a skeleton like, stumbles into you as another arrow shoots wide. It's an old like hunting crossbow with bone arrows as it shoots forward, and it also strikes into her. And she says, "Ow!"
See there, Jeffrey.
As I think she's going to react with a ice storm towards you guys.
Great. Thanks.
We're behind the door. We're like full cover
Yeah, it's-
behind them.
so she's aiming outside the door, and it's like a fireball spell, so it's like a area effect. So
Can I
Can
absorb
she aim where
elements,
she can't
please?
see?
She can see. She can hit a
Oh.
point and
Oh, and she's hitting the point outside the door.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Can I please
Just
cast
trying to persuade my way out of death.
absorb elements?
sure.
Thanks.
It's not
oh,
bad.
That's not bad at all. Shouldn't have used it then.
So
Okay, dex save.
it's a DC 14 dexterity saving throw from everyone on that side. Emlyn.
So
Oh,
26.
well, good thing I did it because I failed that.
And Jeffrey,
Oh, Jeffrey, shoot, Jenny. He saved
he saved. He did save. So
less.
everyone takes 4 bludgeoning
Hmm.
and then
Jeffrey might die, guys.
46 cold damage. 12 half to 6.
He might live.
I believe he does.
So what was it? 3?
So 10 altogether.
Oh my god, he's alive.
So I'm still only taking 10 total.
Yes. As she launches forward, a small shard of ice lands in front of you as above you swirls a large cloud, raining down massive blocks of hail, striking into you. You all dodge out the way, some slamming you in the back. But that whole area now is pretty hard terrain to walk through with all this shards falling down.
So that makes us half.
Half
Movement.
movement through it, yeah.
How big is the area?
20-foot radius. So that's hers. Veda, seeing her attentions on other things, what are you doing?
Okay, how far away is she from Veda?
I would say 20 feet.
Okay, Veda's gonna move forwards so that she's 10 foot away from her, and she's gonna cast Burning Hands.
Nice. Do it.
And she's gonna try and focus on her broom,
Okay.
but I imagine she'd get them both anyway.
Yeah.
It's a dex save. And it doesn't use a spell slot either because it's a fire genasi thing,
Yeah.
not
Nice.
a hard spell.
Yeah, dexterity.
It's a yeah, dex save.
Okay. 16.
Oh, fuck.
She takes 6 damage. Although you'd think or hoping that she would be more vulnerable to fire, it does not seem to be the case.
It also says the fire ignites inflammable objects in the area that aren't being worn and or carried, so...
Yeah. She's technically wielding her staff. But yeah, everything just starts to melt and the ground becomes more soggy as you start burning the bed that she was kind of sitting on or above. You put your hands together, massive flames shoot out of them. Anything else you want to do?
Can she see Emlyn or Fig? Or are they both
They're off
behind
to the
door?
side, unfortunately. You can see Malara. She's
Okay.
about to charge in.
Okay, she'll take a couple of steps back away from her again and give Malara some more bardic inspiration.
Is there anything you say? Or is it just like a fuck her up kind of look?
Yeah.
With an acknowledgement in your eyes, the flames kind of start flicking her around her as she takes a big deep breath. And the fire lights up in her eyes. She begins to charge forward. A quick pace, she flies into a rage and is going to lay down 2 big attacks. 19 hits, 12. She slams into this creature's chest, flings her away, and comes down with another big strike. Nat 1. She swings forward, but the hag seems to just dodge out of the way and almost spin upside down. Malara is just going to stay there, ready. She's also going to fly into she's going to fly into a frenzy. Fig, as hail stops landing on top of you, the ground has these large ice shards on the bottom of them as you need to maneuver around.
Okay, I can still walk through it though,
Yeah.
but it just slows my movement.
Yeah, so you got half movement.
And how far away is the door?
From you right now, I'd say 5 feet.
Okay, if I were to walk inside the room,
Mhm.
could I get in the room?
Yes, you could.
Would I be able to walk up to the hag or nah?
No, you'd be sure about 10 feet.
Okay, that's nice. I will go in.
Yeah.
Get 10 feet close to her. I will cast Chill Touch.
Okay.
Oh, that's a natural 1.
Yeah.
So I absolutely will not do that.
As she's like spinning around on her staff, you try to look towards her, but then just catch a glimpse of Malara striking into her and misses.
Okay, and I'll use my reaction to cast Symbiotic Entity at her.
Okay.
7 damage.
Okay.
And then I am going to use Hidden Step and go invisible.
Nice. Disappear.
Is it Jeffrey's turn? Let him have one last hurrah before he dies.
I'm going to say it. Yeah, because you control Jeffrey on your turn, so.
Oh wait, is it a... He knows to attack. Hold on, I need to see what the... It might have been a bonus action to make him attack.
Well, okay. In that case, then he's just.
On your turn... Yeah, you can use a bonus action to mentally command a creature.
Okay. So, Emlyn, you're standing right next to a skeleton who's just not moving anymore. What are you doing?
Is the like big ice storm still happening?
It's not happening. It's just got these big shards on the ground, so it's hard to move.
But it's not like still up in the air.
No.
That I can't move across the ground. Okay. I feel like Emily can't move very far anyway. Is Melara in combat with her in melee?
In melee combat.
I think they're just gonna attack the bow again.
Okay. That's 3 natural ones in a row.
Oh my god.
I can't get no.
Oh, but you can get them.
I re-roll ones.
Yeah.
I'm lucky. I keep getting 2s, so like, is that a 19 hit?
19 hits.
Okay.
11.
So I get sneak attack.
You do.
Because Melara.
Very
Oh
good.
my god, okay. It says 21 total.
Nice.
Nice.
I feel like at the moment, Melara and Vader are both going to be like really far away from me, right?
Yeah.
Like further than I could get in a turn.
Not if you use your bonus action to dash.
Yeah, I'm thinking about like, I want to be far away enough that she can't attack us all at once, but close enough that if someone goes down, we could help.
Yeah, I mean, in a turn you could probably get to someone.
Yeah, sorry, could you just tell me where Fig is?
20 feet into the room, directly
Okay.
in front of you.
What I really
But
is what
you
I want
can't
to do.
see him at the moment.
Yeah, he's invisible.
Okay. Is there any like furniture in the room or anything?
Yes.
There's a bed, right?
There's bed and some cabinets.
Can't- I guess the question is like, can I enter the room with my movement and use my bonus action to hide?
Yes,
Is
you
there
could.
anything close enough?
Yes.
I do that. Emlyn like sort of like tries to sort of hop among the ice shards to avoid them and like ducks in behind a wardrobe.
So as you launch this arrow forward, as she's spinning upside down, everyone misses badly. Your arrow just hits her in the back of the neck. Veda, you see an arrow come out her throat as she just... Nasty. As Emlyn, you slide...
Nasty little hobbitses.
As you slide into the room and ducking behind a wardrobe. She's going to look towards Melara and at least get one and cast a Cone of Cold.
Bitch,
She
really?
must be using up her
Overkill
spell
much?
slots though, right? Using up all spell slots. None left at all. 0 spell slots.
She doesn't use spell slots.
Oh, good.
Fantastic.
She focuses towards Melara. I think Veda is just out of reach of this.
That's a lot.
24!
Ah!
That's so much fair.
Yeah, so...
I thought that's supposed to be
24
like
is
really
like-
shocking damage, but we're just like, it's nothing. That's
Yeah,
cool.
24 is also so much closer to like average than 53
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
That was a 3, 4, 1, 2, 2, 5, 4, 3. That's way better. Okay,
Well, it's just like normal. Ugh.
yeah, it's normal. As she...
Sorry, I cackled.
As she puts her hand out, waiting to freeze Melara and shatter her into pieces. Melara, almost licking fire on her body from the inspiration and the fire glowing in her eyes. She almost just shrugs it off as the cold goes all around her and she doesn't even flinch. Says, "Try again, motherfucker."
Oh.
And
I
Veda,
love her so much.
what are you gonna do?
Oh, damn.
Veda is... She's got a little blusher out, and she's gonna dab a little bit on her cheek, and she's gonna say, I think you should give that stuff to me and cast suggestion.
Oh, Beta, you sexy baby.
Okay. What save is
I
that?
think it's a wisdom?
I feel like that's smart as well because there's so many of those spells, you know, you can't like
It's a wisdom save.
obviously damage someone.
I love that she
But
put blush on her cheek.
This is indirect.
That's the component
That's
for a
fucking cute.
suggestion.
It
It's a bit
just
of
feels-
makeup.
It feels like
That's
such
so
a
fucking
power
cute.
play, though.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't even give a shit. I'm just reapplying my makeup.
I'm
Yeah.
definitely imagining her like dabbing on blusher and then like flicking her hair away out of her face.
Yeah, and just like looking from the corner of her eye, just looking super badass.
That's it.
Fuck!
Yeah.
Oh no!
So she rolled a natural 20, 21.
I hate this fucking hag.
She says, "Don't even try it on me. Your looks mean nothing here." As Melara says, "How fucking dare you?" And she swings with her axe.
Yeah, go Melara.
So 13 damage for the first one, 13 damage for the second, and the final 21, which also hits, 17. Melara, as she grabs this hag's head, rips her away from the broom, crushes her skull, and just throws her to the ground. And says, "Don't even try it."
Fig just reappears from invisibility, just like, oh my god!
What was that? 43 damage.
Yes.
Is she like fine? Is she dead? Where is she on the scale?
She's minced. Her like as you kind of like come in to see if everything's okay, the skull of this hag is smush.
I just don't trust you. Like it could be anything. Like she throws her to the floor and she gets up. Yo, is her staff still there?
It is.
Yeah, it's a cool looking staff. Can I go grab it?
Mm-hmm.
Is it magic? I want to cast detect magic on it.
Doesn't give anything.
Oh, I was hoping it was like a flying staff. That's just disappointing.
It's unfortunately disappointing. It only works with her.
It's just a stick. Is it cool looking at least?
Yeah, it's cool.
Nice, I'll keep it.
Does
Three
the
staff
house,
fig
like-
is what they call me.
Does it like? I'm really sorry. I was just trying to imagine Fig trying to carry 3 staffs at once, just because he likes them. What I was going to
Well,
say is all the ice everywhere started to melt at all, or is it just like still?
No, it's not magical ice or anything like that. It's just
Okay.
While Fig's investigating her staff and stuff, Vada's just gonna hop over to Malara and give her a big kiss.
she does the same and just gives you a big kiss.
Fig's gonna say, Jeffrey, this is when we celebrate, and Jeffrey's gonna start dancing,
His bones like start like creaking like.
shaking it.
Okay, well,
Emma's just like sitting on the floor, like very stressed, still worried about their death.
I suppose we should look around.
God, I know that I'm not the best at it, but no, it doesn't matter. Emma wants to look around, but maybe they ask for Fig or Vader's help to try and like melt some of the ice like carefully, so that we can look around properly.
Sure.
In fact, maybe one of us should take one half and one of us should take the other half, right? With one person who can. Wait, can Fig do fire?
Yes.
Sense like if I go with Fig and.
This is a very big building. It could take us a while to look through it all.
That's what we're here for, isn't it?
Did she have anything else on her?
Bunch of skulls and not much else. But
Oh.
I think it might not be a bad place to end it.
Oh, why do you say so-called
Nice.
treasure like that?
Is this all set up by
Candy.
Cookie? Does she want us to die? It's
No.
like one
Oh my
less mouth to
God.
feed.
Wait,
Ha ha
you are,
ha.
you are literally like right, because also before we left, Sandy was like, "What do you leave there?" We're definitely gonna get back, and it's like everything's on fire.
Yep. Or that we've all been robbed.
Ah.
They all took Pumpkin.
That's why there's no one around in this area, is because people keep sending people up to the house. Oh, there's loads of money there. I've heard there's loads of money.
She did say she killed a lot of people. Looking for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we didn't die yet.
Yeah.
I was worried for a minute there.
Did think we were gonna die.
Yeah.
It got
For
quite
real.
close
Yeah.
a few times there.
Thank you for listening to Draw Your Swords. You can follow Draw Your Swords at DYS Podcast. That's DYS Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. And if you liked this episode, give the show a 5-star rating on iTunes or subscribe on YouTube. It really helps us out a lot. Thank you.